Welcome to Beginner's Guide for the C programming tutorial videos. Welcome back. In today's tutorial, we are going to discuss about how to print the patterns. What we are trying to print is, this is a pattern that we are trying to print in this tutorial. So before that, I just quickly want to show you something. Let's consider this is the pattern that I want to print. It's a 5x5 matrix, isn't it? So we are going to have two things here in this matrix. We are going to have the rows and we are going to have the columns. Let's say this is a first row, this is a second row, this is a third row, fourth and fifth. When it comes to the columns, this is a first column, second column, third column, fourth and fifth, right? Now I want to print this star in all the rows and columns of this particular matrix, right? So here what I have done, I'm going to represent the rows with I. I'm going to represent the column with J. So let us quickly write the program to print that pattern. Let's say we need two variables, isn't it? So integer I comma J. Why? Because I represents row, J represent the column. Now I'm going to use the for loop. I'm sure that we know what is the syntax for the for loop, right? Initialization, then from there we have to check the condition, then from there we have to use increment or decrement operator. Let's say I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. So what does it mean? Because I'm going to print the I value, because as you can see them here, this is I is equal to 1, right? I'm going to print the first star in which place? The intersection of I is equal to 1 and the J is equal to 1. So meaning that this is the intersection of I is equal to 1 and J is equals to 1. So for us to do that, so the first place that I wanted to print intersection of I is equal to 1 and J is equal to 1. Then what is the size of this matrix? 5. So that is the reason why I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, because I am going to print 5 cross 5 matrix and I need to increment the value. Then from here, this for loop represent the row, isn't it? So again, we need a column to print the column thing. So let's say for J is equals to 1, J less than or equal to 5, J plus plus. So what does it mean? This for loop represent the row of that matrix. This for loop represent the column of that matrix. Now let us quickly check the condition. So how it works? I value is equal to 1, then I less than or equal to 5. So what does it mean? What is I value now? 1 less than or equal to 5. Is it true or false? The condition is true. If the condition is true, what is going to happen? It is not going to the increment or decrement. It is going to come and execute the body of the loop. What is the body of the loop here? The next for loop. Here what are we going to check? J is equal to 1, J less than or equal to 5. So what is the J value here? J value initially 1, because J is equals to 1 less than or equals to 5. Is it true or false? It's still true. If it is true, what is going to happen? It is going to come and print. What are we trying to print here? We are trying to print the star, right? Just to put star there. Now it is going to print the star. Then after printing this statement, what is the for loop? It will go and check the condition here, isn't it? So now J plus plus. What is the J value initially? It was 1. Now when you increment the 1, what is going to happen? The J value will become 2. When that 2 will be assigned to this J. We are not going to the I now. We have to go to the I only if this for loop fails. Still, this for loop is true. So we are not going to that other for loop for the row. We are still in the column, right? Because what we are trying to print, this is a row, but we are trying to print first row in all the columns, isn't it? So that is what we are trying to write. So this is a 1 row, but there is a 5 columns. So we are trying to print the star in all the 5 columns. So what we have printed now, I is equal to 1 and J is equal to 1. Then what is next? We have to print I value is equal to 1 and J value is equal to 2, which is nothing but J value has 2 now, but I value is still 1, right? But J value is 2, which is nothing but the column is second column. So when you check 2 less than or equal to 5, is it true or false? It's true, meaning that it is going to print the star again. So where is it going to be printed? It is going to print in this place. So what is next? We need to print the star in the third column. For us to do that, what you need to do? Again, I am going to increment the J value. J value will become 3, 3 less than or equal to 5, meaning it is going to print the star in the third place and fourth place and fifth place until 5 less than or equals to 5, right? So when the J value becomes 6, what is going to happen? This condition will fail. If this condition is fail, what is going to happen? The control will move out of this for loop. Where is the for loop? This for loop starts from here and ended here. So the control will move out of this loop. Then it will come here. Then from here, is it going to be done? No, because it's again it needs to go to the row. Now we need to increment the I value. So what is I value? I value will become 2. Now I am going to check I less than or equal to 5. Is it true or false? The condition is true. If this condition is true, what is going to happen? It is going to come and execute this body of the statement. So when it comes to here, J value is equal to 1, then J less than or equal to 5. Is it true or false? It's still true, because now again J value is initialized to 1, 1 less than or equal to 5. So meaning the condition is true. It is going to print this statement. So where are we going to print this star now? now I value is 2, j value is 1. So meaning it is going to print that star I value 2 and j value is equal to 1. So what is the intersection point? This is where I'm going to print the next star. So where do we need to print the next star? We need to print the next star I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2. For us to do that, what we need to do? Again, this j value is going to be incremented every time, so it is going to reach the stage called 5 less than or equal to 5. By the same time, we are going to print the stars in all over these places, isn't it? So this for loop is going to be executed until the I value become 6. If the I value becomes 6, what is going to happen? The condition is going to be false. When this condition fails, this for loop is not going to be executed, meaning the control will move out of the for loop. Where is the control for this for loop? Because this for loop started here and ends here. Then the control will move out of the for loop. Then the program will end there. So let us quickly run this one. Then we will see. So this one has to be printf. I just put print. That's the reason why there is this error. So let me run again. But it has printed everything in a single line. But it's supposed to. What is our requirement? It's supposed to be print like this, right? First row, first column. Second row, first column, second column, third column, and fourth and fifth, right? So we want them to be printed like this. But what I can see them here, everything has printed in the same line. So what is the mistake that I have done here? After printing this first row, my control has to move to the next line for me to print the other row. So what do I need to do? I have to just write here printf. How can you send the control to the new line, the next line? You have to just put this /n. So what is the use of this /n? It will take the control to the next line. So what is going to happen initially when the I value is 1, then it is going to print j value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is going to fill the first row. When it reaches this fifth column, then j value becomes 6. When the j value becomes 6, this condition is going to fail. Then the control will move out of the loop. So what is there out of the loop? This statement printf /n. So what is going to do? It will going to take the control to the next line. Then from here, it will go and increment the I value, then I value will become 2, then it will be keep on executing like that. So when I run this one, as you can see them here, the expected output has come because this is a first row, second row, third row, fourth and fifth. This is what I want to print. Now let's say instead of stars, maybe I want to print numbers. Let's say I want to print numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that case, what do I need to do? Instead of star, what am I going to print? Here I am going to just print the j value. When you put j, when you run this one, it is going to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for example, if I want to change the order of this one, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I want them to be printed like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what do you need to do? Just simple. Just initialize this j value is equal to 5. Instead of less than or equal to 5, put greater than or equals to 1. Instead of j plus plus, now you need to decrement the value. Again, here we are just trying to print the j value. So just compile. As you can see them here, it has printed 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as we expected. This is how the pattern program works in C program. For more tutorial videos, kindly subscribe to Beginner's Guide.